Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and on my YouTube channel I share my travel adventures. Today you are joining me on the last part of my backpacking trip from the Netherlands to Berlin, which I'm super excited for. So let's start. One thing before diving in, if you like this video, don't forget to also check out the previous part of this trip, because it was quite a ride. In the last video I ended at Park Sanssouci, and that is where I start from in this video. As I didn't know the existence of this park and I didn't know my route would let me here, I was happily surprised by this beautiful park. As I loved those buildings and the garden you will see in a minute, I will give you a little back tour through the park. Besides beautiful, these buildings and the garden are both also huge. Behind these amazing palaces, there was this stunning garden with a massive fountain and lovely flowers. After some wandering around, I got back on my bike as I did want to make it to Berlin today. But before my route led me out of Potsdam, I found out Potsdam was actually a really cute city. This shopping street filled with market stalls definitely added to this nice vibe. In this street, I therefore decided to have my lunch. And while lunching, I was joined by lots of little birds. As I felt I was so close to Berlin, I couldn't sit still for too long. So after finishing half of my lunch, I took the other half with me on my bike. The shopping street wasn't the only nice street in Potsdam. Look how beautiful! Then, leaving Potsdam, I crossed a river, stopped one more time to take in the view, and found myself in no time surrounded by nature again. And it turned out that the route from Potsdam to Berlin is a beautiful one, through this park along a lake. And then I officially arrive in Berlin. It, however, wasn't so spectacular, as I found myself in a neighborhood far from the center of Berlin. Luckily, the road I still had ahead of me was both adventurous on some moments, as well as lovely to bike through. And the sky was blue. I wasn't expecting so much nature after I had crossed the sign of Berlin, but I did enjoy it a lot, because look at this. After cycling through all these green landscapes, the area slowly became busier and busier. Biking through these busier areas, my smile became bigger and bigger as I felt I came closer and closer. And the weather seemed happy for me too, as it was great weather to arrive in Berlin. After again a long ride through a green park, I encountered one of Berlin's train stations, which made me feel a bit like I made it. However, I wasn't at the end of my route, which ended at Berlin Hauptbahnhof, the central station of Berlin. After I took a second to take in that I was now in Berlin, I continued my route. Again, my route was filled with green, which made that biking here was super relaxed, as there were almost no cars. Almost no cars. And the park vibe was just really cozy. What I also love about this route is that you enter such a huge city as Berlin, totally different than if you were by car or train. These areas I wouldn't have seen if my bike route didn't brought me there. So as a tourist, you really get a unique experience of a city. After all this zen roads, I encountered the chaotic city, which also really feels chaotic. Here I need to turn left. I made it work. And then I need to go right. No, missed it. Well, A for effort. But then eventually I do find the right place on the road for me and my bike between all these huge buildings. Besides the nature I encountered during this trip, I also love this totally different bike experience. The flow of such a big city I find fascinating. As there is so much happening, I do however adjust my speed a bit. But if I have the right of way, then I'll take it. Unless of course it's really dangerous for me as a biker. I already love the city due to how green it is and how bike friendly, and because of all the wonderful architecture. Biking through Berlin, passing all these nice parks and beautiful buildings, I constantly feel like I want to sit down for a while and take in everything. But I have to remind myself that I'm not at my final destination yet. And besides that, I do have plenty of time to explore Berlin the following days. And there it is, OMG, Berlin Hauptbahnhof. I made it. I made it! Finally being there was on the one hand such a relief because I was so proud of myself. And on the other hand it also felt a bit strange, having biked for 9 days and now being done with that. It's like you have accomplished something big and now it's kind of this empty feeling that it's done. So yeah, I felt really happy but also felt weird in a way. After texting my family that I made it and just being there for a moment, I wandered over the small market beside the station and then I biked to my hostel. And as the weather was still beautiful, I encountered my hostel. After I took a shower, let me give you a tour through my room. And then it was time for a look around in the neighborhood and to find some food. And in doing so, I was surprised by the lovely area my hostel was located in. Only a walk of a couple of minutes brought me to these cozy and beautiful spots. After wandering around a bit and trying to process that I was walking through the streets of Berlin, I chose a nice restaurant and had a well-deserved dinner. So that was it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and for those of you who have followed my journey all the way from Netherlands to Berlin, thank you. It means a lot. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And then I'll see you in the next one where I will explore Berlin. Bye!